Hustle the money, me hustle, hustle the money. Hustle the money, me hustle, hustle the money. So COVID-19 has changed how things are done all over the world, including the establishment of a work-from-home protocol. But how can the education system enable Jamaica's gig economy? We have with us the president of the Mico University College Dr. Auburn Pinnock, who shared his views in an article that he had written in the Sunday Gleaner some time ago. Welcome, sir, to Smile Jamaica. Hope you're well, sir.
Thank you. I'm quite well, thank you. Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning, Simone. How are you?
Hello there, sir. I'm very well. Thank you for asking.
I must admit, sir, that I didn't know what it meant. But when I saw it, I kind of Googled it and I kind of know what it means. No. But in your words, explain what you're talking about.
Well, gig economy, as you know, it's, when the financiers will advise you to diversify your portfolio, so you don't rely on any one source of income.
Revenue
streams. When it comes to income, yes, various income stream. So it's basically the same thing in our individual lives, where you try to find additional jobs that your talents will enable you to do. Or if you become entrepreneurial, it doesn't have to be a job. It can also be a small business. You know what you have. So you have a variety of things doing at the same time. And therefore, it gives you much more security than if you rely on only one particular source of income.
Well, that's the first question. Why do you say that, though? Because if you have a full-time job, isn't that more security than having some part-time jobs that you're not so certain how long it will last and stuff? No?
Well, it's just like investment. In life, there are risks. And the safer the investment, it tends to be the lower, the less the returns. And therefore, you have to, it's not for everybody. And so those who are risky, will go on that route, and others who want to feel secure will stay to your traditional one job throughout your life. But I tell you, the world is changing.
And, the world has changed.
It has changed. And the kids in schools, now, they won't sit in one job. They'll be going as much as 7 jobs, according to Lee Savage.
Yeah, but Dr. Pinnock, your students and the students across tertiary institutions are the ones who are leading the way with this gig economy. And I want to know, in a way, obviously the paradigm is shifting with how we look at work. But the pandemic has kind of forced a lot of people into this reality already.
Yes. In fact, Jamaica has always been doing this, In fact, there's a thing in the US which says that you have as many jobs as Jamaica.
That's right.
Because we've always been hustling and doing stuff, so it's not new to us. What I want now is for us to deliberately prepare our people for it, so that they can get more out of it. So you can be trained properly, and be advised properly, so you can make more. And COVID now has shown that the one job is unreliable. And it's the same thing for the macroeconomy. If you rely on one sector to give you, like tourism, for example, over reliance on tourism in our case, then you see what happens to us in COVID. So it's an advice not only for an individual, but for the nation.
Yeah, or even a company reliant on only one product. Yeah, you have to diversify. So how do we prepare? I mean, in a way, you said it right. It's almost in our DNA as Jamaicans to do more than one thing. And many of us are gifted with talents that we never knew we could monetize until COVID. And some people lost their former jobs and had to turn to the things that they were good at and realize that they could earn from it. How do we prepare and give Jamaicans that growth mindset to know that there are additional ways to earn income, and it's okay to launch out and to take that risk, calculated risk albeit, but to take that risk? What kind of training does that take to grow that mindset?
But the first thing is as you mentioned, the mindset is to try to change the mindset of Jamaicans. That is not just medicine, law, teaching, etc. that comes. And therefore, people must understand that jobs that we used to consider to be lower level jobs are in fact jobs that are lucrative, and you can make a lot. So that's one aspect of it. The other aspect is not to train persons to pass exams, but to train them to acquire skills. So, competency-based education is what we want to focus on. Even though passing chemistry and biology and physics at CSEC is great, what does that enable you to do? And this is how we should focus our students, so they can know the end result of these skills from the chemistry, maths, English, biology can be monetized if you transfer the skills.
Yep.
The other area is the values and attitude. The soft skills are coming back. When I was growing up, the hellos and the good mornings and the thank you and those were in style, And if you walk down the road and did not say good morning to your neighbor, they could tell your parents and you could get a spanking.
Never can tell you about that, sir. Yes.
Yes,
You notice he's not in.
we call it soft skills today.
Yeah.
And those are coming back.
You mentioned monetize a couple of times. Is this just about making money?
No, it's not. It's also about being rewarded for talent. In fact, I can use my daughter as a good example. She did the sciences in CSEC, and all of a sudden I see a little art, in between all that. She spent a whole lot of time doing the art, and I was concerned about her not focusing enough on the sciences. But then during COVID, I saw her doing a lot of painting and stuff, and she has now been making money from it, And so this is a young lady moving on to medicine. And yet she has a skill in art and crafts.
You said it's not for everyone, and I think you were suggesting that it's not for the people who don't like to take risks. Are those the only people that it's not for?
Of a person who want to feel secure, or some jobs like mine don't give you the time to do it. So you focus on your job 24/7. So it's not necessarily, and you have to ensure that you don't have conflict of interest, for example.
Right.
So if you're in a particular profession, then you may not want to get involved in that.
But Dr. Pinnock,
and the laws are changing to support that. So maybe we have to go to legislation.
Well, I wanted, maybe before we go to legislation, we have to address culture, because corporate Jamaica typically does not like their employees doing anything else. So let's talk about, you spoke about your job and the fact that you wouldn't have time to do something else. But there are corporate entities, and as a culture, we have entities that employ people, and they have other talents that they can monetize that do not conflict with their substantive role, but it's just a thing that you don't do anything else because you just don't do anything else. So do we need to look at that first before we can even start to talk about pushing the gig economy in Jamaica formally?
Absolutely. I mentioned mindset change earlier, and that's a large part of it, to change the mindset of not just the individual, but the corporate entities. And in fact, if your employee is happy and doing, then they can do much more, and you'll get more out of them. If they feel secure that I'm earning something from a job I'm doing, or an investment, or a little company I set up, and they don't have to physically be working in it. You could do an online gig where persons are working for you, or the system is working for you. So it can work, but the culture and the mindset change is critical to this. It will take a little while, but as I said before, Jamaica is not too far off because we have been doing it. It's a matter of freeing up the people and allowing them to explore.
Yeah.
A final one from me, sir. Let me change lanes just a bit. What's been happening with the Mico University College because of COVID? How are things there, and what have you done to ensure that they don't miss classes and stuff?
Oh, well, we are affected like anybody else. The fallout of students have been able to connect all the time. But we have been investing for the last 5 years in technology, and we have been transferring our courses to the online mode. So it wasn't very difficult for us to move from face-to-face to the remote space. And then our staff is very dedicated, our students dedicated, and our mindset, has been changing all along, and therefore, we are coping. We could do it with some more funding, to get technologies and to put more courses online so we can make it easier for our students. And we are looking forward to the day when some will return to campus, because there are many who are yearning to come back to that face-to-face.
Yeah, vaccination.
So I want to thank my staff, and students and all the Mico family. And of course, most of the past Students Association supported us very well. We launched a COVID-19 relief fund, and they have assisted us very well in getting, stuff for our students. So all in all, we bond together, and we're doing quite well.
Yeah, we have a past student here, sir, but I don't think he's giving you anything at all. So I'll get to.
Well, it's not too late. I can ask him, to make his contribution.
Yeah. You probably don't even want people to know that he went to the great Mico University College, but it's all right. Thank you, sir, and be safe. Look after yourself.
Oh, you too. Thank you.
Yeah, man. God bless you, sir.
Thank you, Simone.
Bye.
Thanks.
Take care, Dr. Pinnock. Why you do it?
Huh?
Why you do it? Why do it? Why say so? Clive is a reputable human
Clive
being.
was a past student. I must tell you, him teach a story. Too.
Yes. What's his teacher's story? Oh, yes, he didn't. Well, yes, I know the story. Let's not tell that story. That's not. Don't do. Why do it? Why you do it?
Dr. Auburn Pinnock is the president of the Mico University College. Up next, a story of inspiration, the coward who conquers.